and welcome back to video games. You are watching Action Button live on the Action Button Goblin Bunker Network, located at twitch.tv/actionbutton. It's been a couple of weeks since last week, if you know what I mean. Everybody out there having a tough time. Well, if you're not having a tough time out there, try having a tougher time so as to appear more relatable to your fellow people. Mimsy the Punk is ready to strike again, live on the show tonight. And me, Hungry Harvey, aka Big Boy Baby Boy, am equally live and slightly less dangerous. I've got my tiny dog, Bibbithy Babbis. He's here by our side, where he belongs, a faithful little beast, ready for the feast. He sure ain't dying hungry. Not tonight, anyway. At any rate, I suppose we'd better get started soon. And in order to do that, I need to introduce you to your host. That's me. How you all doing? How's everybody doing in the chat? How's everybody doing in the chat? I gotta actually open my Twitch chat stream data. My Twitch chat stream zone box, or whatever it's called. Twitch chat stream zone box. It's like stuck. God, the Twitch app sucks, dude. Okay, now. Hang on a moment. I have to click on my channel. I have to click on my stream. Now I have to, it was already propped up and popped up for me. We're gonna put it like that. So, and then I'm gonna say chat only. There we go. How's everybody doing in the chat? Someone asked what that album is behind me. Anyone who knows, don't tell. I need to be the only person that I know who knows about that record. This angle's not so good. My tripod is either really short or you extend the legs and then it's just like too tall. So it's kind of looking down on us. It's just hard to tell with these fancy cameras, with these big boy movie cameras, that like the one which I've got here is a little, it's not the fanciest camera, though it's fancy enough such that, kind of gets us on this big wide angle. See my baby here? My baby boy's been so friendly this week, hasn't he, Mimsy?
Yeah.
He's been
a floppy dog.
He's a floppy baby. The citizens, residents, and denizens of New York City, New York State will perhaps be aware of this week's controversy, which is that there was some sort of Apple weather malfunction of a massive sort that led everyone to believe that today it was going to be about 60-some degrees. Everybody I've talked to experienced this. Yesterday it was 60 degrees, which was nice, though I saw that today was also going to be 60 degrees, so I planned to begin the weekend at around 2 p.m. And it was like 22 goddarn degrees out there. Shout me out if you're in New York and you too were affected by the outage. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. So another thing I guess we could bring up, we could use this as this has quickly become our sort of a talk show segment to talk about what's going on in the world, and what's going on here on the channel, and what's going on with Action Button. Number one, if one more goddarn person sends me an email at like 2 p.m. on Friday asking, what time's the stream, bro? I swear to God, the time of the stream will be never. I do these streams for fun, and I hope you watch them for fun. It's just I got an inordinate amount of. I wondered how many streams do I have to do before everyone gets the idea that these streams happen pretty much on Friday, and it turns out it was what, 7 of them? That's how many it had to be. Streamed every Friday so far this year. That's exciting, isn't it? I did get a lot of people asking me today. Discord messages, Twitter DMs, emails. What time's the stream, bro? It's like, I don't know. People tell me, I'm trying to, I was going to watch TV tonight, or I was going to watch a movie, or I got to wake up early tomorrow, or I'm in Germany, or whatever. I'm like, man. I do this stream when it's convenient for me. And if I start just maneuvering one iota away from that particular mission, I don't know why that felt like the appropriate sound effect to play. And I don't know what's going to happen. Another little good piece of news we have here is for weeks now, literally for weeks, Mimsy the Punk over here has been mocking me almost daily when I receive a package in the mail. The package, the door service, they send an email and say, you have a package. And Mimsy says, you've got a package downstairs. I bet it's something stupid.
I don't say that.
Yeah, you do.
I don't say that.
Look, you gotta play along for the
Stop
the
lying to your viewers.
It's not lying. It's gonna turn out to be something triumphant. So I then go downstairs and retrieve the package, re-enter the house. Mimsy's standing with arms akimbo, and she's like, well, open it up and let's have a look. No. And then she just starts picking out my items, my supplements, my AV cables, my computer components, and she just like totally like trash talks them in the manner of like a 1990s stand-up comedian. She goes, oh, what's the little deal with this? And it's become extremely demotivating to me. Just I don't really feel like living. So I decided this week to make it so that I receive something a little better in the mail, and that's how I ended up. That's how we ended up with this. Oh yeah.
This is working.
That's how we ended up with this. This is a Sega Dreamcast. Sega's console released on September 9th, 1999 in the United States, and on a different day in Japan. You can see it's the Sega Gaga version. It's a Japanese Dreamcast. This was modified for me beautifully with an optical disc emulator of all sorts by none other than the greatest console modifier, bar none, Crystal Lee in Seattle, Washington. Seattle, WA, if you want to call it that. This is for, we are not going to be playing this on the stream because this is for me, okay? This is for fun. Right? Mimsy, are you going to enjoy this Dreamcast with me?
Yeah, I'm excited to play it.
I am going to load up the entire Dreamcast library on here. I'm going to load it up. I'm going to play, some good ones. So I pulled this out of the package today. Mimsy was standing there, arms akimbo, when I came upstairs. And she goes, let's see what it is. And I pulled the Dreamcast out, and she screamed so loud, all the glass shattered in the house. And it was then that I knew that I was victorious. But that's not all. Yeah, that's a Sega Saturn, dude. Also modified to allow me to put every single Sega Saturn video game on here. Now I'm going to tell you what. I already have a directory on one of my solid state drives, including every Saturn game. ready to load on here. I'm thinking I'm back. I mentioned getting a Sega Saturn a while back on a podcast or a stream, where it's up to you to remember. And someone said, "Bro, are you gonna review Panzer Dragoon Saga?" No, Panzer Dragoon Saga is not nearly as good as Panzer Dragoon Vi. Panzer Dragoon Saga is cool and all. God, my hair looks like a disaster, doesn't it? Who cares? I'm going anyway. I'm gonna put this back on the floor. Oh! Sega Dreamcast and a Sega Saturn have come home to my HQ. I just don't know what to do with my hair. I don't know what to do. I don't think this works either. That looks disgraceful. Luckily, we're not going to be looking at my hair too much on this stream today. I said at the end of my Cyberpunk review that I vow to learn how to do something with my hair that is easy to maintain, and I'm not worried about looking good. I am worried about being able to just control how I look. I've not been able to control how I look for like my entire life. You know? You know how, if you've seen Stop Making Sense, how dude's suit gets bigger? Imagine that was happening to you on accident, as regards everything you ever see when you look in the mirror. That's my whole life. And what else? What else do we have time for here in the chat before we get started with the game? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about some other stuff. Coca-Cola Zero.
Nice.
Oh yes, so maybe some of you saw a Kotaku.com story last week in which I was quoted about I was quoted trash talking the translator of the Super Famicom Tokimeki Memorial. Did any of you see that? I wasn't really trash talking the translator of the Super Famicom Tokimeki Memorial. I have a lot of respect, deep admiration, we could even call it, for fan translators of things. I myself was a fan translator of the game Moon for many years, as long as it took me to convince Yoshiro Kimura to give me a little bit of money for it. I couldn't imagine doing that whole task by myself. You know, I played fan translations before I spoke Japanese. I've read Japanese well enough to play video games in Japanese. I played fan translations. First time I ever played Final Fantasy V, fan translation. Fan translations are good. Past a certain point, I think you need to establish kind of an informal statute of limitations. If a game goes untranslated for 20-some years, if someone translates it, don't really call it a fan translation, just call it a translation at that point. Bahamut Lagoon. Racing Lagoon is what I meant to say. Somebody translated Planet Laika. Tokimeki Memorial for Super Famicom. I mean, come on, I guess Square Enix did just announce an official translation of Live Alive. Something that seemed like it was never going to happen, so I guess that is a little bit weird. You can even call that a fan translation, probably. Probably not. Let's just go ahead and put that in the gray area pile. All I was saying, so basically what happened with that was, a guy at Kotaku sent me an email asking me, do you like the Super Famicom Tokimeki Memorial? And I gave an honest answer. And I got several hundred people sending me comments, many of which began with the phrase, "No one asked you," which a curious turn of phrase, because literally hundreds of people had asked me. They'd literally asked me. They'd said, "Oh, that Super Famicom translation Tokimeki Memorial's coming out soon, dude. I'm real excited to play it." And I just kept thinking, you know, I love that game. I love Tokimeki Memorial. It went from I went from knowing nothing about dating simulations to having played dozens of them, to knowing way too much about them, and I played every version of Tokimeki Memorial at least like 5 or 6 times through. I had said on Twitter, because I had too many people asking me about the Super Famicom translation, I'd said on Twitter, I'd called the Super Famicom Tokimeki Memorial, I'd called it the trash can version of the game, which sounds harsh, and I admit I probably should not use my own vocabularistics kind of tangential to me personally in tweets that are going to get seen by hundreds or even thousands of people. The trash can version, you know those memes where they tell you like, what do you call it? They tell you like pick 2 of something, right? Just pick 2, and then you can only keep 2. Just take those 2. You can only have 2. You can only pick 2, and the rest are gone. I call those trash can memes. Like this right here is a trash can meme. It's take 2 you like, throw them in the trash. Now, obviously, I would pick Dragon Quest. And, oh god. I actually wrote this question for the recent Goblin Bunker Census 2021. I honestly don't know. I'm not going to say that. Dragon Quest is the one I know off the top of my head right now. I asked this question so that y'all could answer it, not so that I would have to grapple with it. Dragon Quest is the one I wouldn't put in the trash can. Now, if Legend of Zelda ended up in the trash can, I wouldn't necessarily say that makes Zelda a trash can video game. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, right? I think that's not unreasonable. So, what I'm saying is, when I say Tokimeki Memorial for Super Famicom is the trash can version. If there was one, if you told me I had to put one version of that game in the trash, that would be the one. Because I think the graphics are kind of ugly. I think the music doesn't sound right. I think the pixel art's not so good. I think there's no voice acting. And also, it's just not the same game. So when a whole bunch of people told me they were excited about this translation, I just kind of, I didn't answer most of them because I don't have time to answer everybody. I just thought I could say something articulate in this Kotaku email. And I told the guy, I'm going to send you another email where I give you a really good quote. And I guess he thought that was a joke. Because I just wrote an email the way I write an email. So that email ended up getting, got me really, roundly yelled at. I got yelled at because of that email. And, whatever. I got some people telling me, I'm gonna just play the Super Famicom version, and I'm gonna like it, and it's gonna be my favorite. And I was like, man, I'm real flattered that you're willing to do that just to own me. But I mean, it's if you really want to try that out, give it a shot. I'm just saying, so here's what I would say about the Super Famicom Tokimeki Memorial, because, again, hundreds of people have asked me. It's not just that it doesn't have voice acting, it's that the lack of voice acting, they didn't put voice acting in it because they couldn't, because it was on a Super Famicom cartridge, came out 2 years after the PC Engine version, 1 year after the PlayStation version, which is a complete remake, and then it came out 1 year before they started releasing the Hideo Kojima-produced drama series, where there was a game about Saki Nijino, Ayako Katagiri, and then Shiori Fujisaki, where they focused on one character and their development through the 3 years in which Tokimeki Memorial takes place. So it came out between those drama series games, which were very leaning toward the visual novel genre, and it came out after the very dating sim, very RPG-like original. And again, the PlayStation one was a complete remake. Ground-up remake. So the Super Nintendo one was basically a demake. It was the first one released on a non-CD system, had no voice acting, and what they did to compensate for the lack of voice acting, or because it seemed like fun, is they just kind of flooded the script with, I hesitate to call it filler stuff, but they filled it with a lot of filler. They put a lot of filler in the game. Every single dialogue has and I know it's rich on the surface for the guy who made the 6-hour review of Tokimeki Memorial to decry something for being possessive of filler. Though, I mean, first of all, like almost half of my review was walking you through 2 complete playthroughs of the game. I feel like the length was sort of justified. I played that game 200 some hours. I think a 6-hour boiled down is not too bad, right? I mean, I don't know. Do I have a laugh track sound? That's the best I can approximate a laugh track. Let's do it again. Those are the two genres of laugh. What was I talking about? Was I talking about something? Oh yeah, I was talking about Tokyo Making Memorial. It's got a lot of text in it. Just a lot. The Super Famicom one has just a lot of text, and I feel like it loses focus. Now, I did my research. A lot of people who owned a PC Engine CD, I did my research before I did my review. A lot of people who owned a PC Engine CD or a PlayStation, who were the audience for Tokyo Making Memorial and the remake Tokyo Making Memorial Forever With You, a lot of those people also owned a Super Famicom. However, most of the people who owned a Super Famicom did not yet own a PlayStation or a PC Engine CD, so half of the audience for the Super Famicom Tokyo Making Memorial was people who had never played Tokyo Making Memorial but wanted to, and the other half was people who had already played it and wanted to hang out some more with it. And that's what it really contains, a whole lot of hanging out some more with all the girls. So, it is my solemn opinion that Konami's not going to ever translate this game into English officially. They basically they're a real estate company, a pachinko parlor company at this point. Like they're probably not really interested. So we all need to translate every single version. And it is with extreme gratitude that I say thanks for translating the really hard one. So
you win.
Very good that one's out of the way. And I've been contacted at this point by three and a half groups of people who are all translating the Sega Saturn version at this point. It's bold times to live. And the Windows 95 version as well is also, there's inroads being made quite heavily. Quite heavily. Oh, Chris Bell's in the chat? I like Chris Bell. Chris Bell is, you know who Chris Bell is? He's one of the top dudes. If you ever need a dude, if you ever need a dude, track down Chris Bell. Track him down. Just track him down. There's my baby boy's really enjoying the stream. We're going to get into the video game soon. I wanted to talk a little bit. I wanted to shout out the Action Button Goblin Bunker, discord.gg/actionbutton. If you ain't in there, you ain't family yet. So go on, get in the discord.gg/actionbutton. All my favorite goblins and Jerrys. Every Jerry congregates in the Action Button Goblin Bunker, and the topics discussed, multitudinous, cornucopious. There's a lot of them. I mean, you could throw a rock every 5 seconds to hit a different discussion topic. It's bounteous, it's bountiful, it's beautiful. And recently, one of our own in the Goblin Bunker, who I believe he's even a moderator here on the Action Button Twitch. Oni Spumoni. Shout yourself out in the chat if you'd like. He conducted something that we call the Goblin Bunker Census, or he calls it that, and I don't disagree that is what to call it. And the Goblin Bunker Census, he beautifully tabulated all of this data. Look at how beautiful all this data looks. I had him output it in a... What did you use for this? Did you use a Adobe Illustrator? Did you use InDesign? What'd you use? What'd you use, Jerry? What'd you use? Illustrator. Oh, yeah. AI. Illustrator. If you've ever opened Illustrator on accident while trying to open something else, it is a formidable opponent for all but the most championistic user interface appreciators and understanders. So that he was able to compose this brilliant infographic containing all of the tabulated and coordinated, calculated, statisticated data is quite a wonder. Because I would have probably passed out. So let's actually take a look at some of this data. Goblin Bunker Census 2021. Hello and welcome to the Goblin Bunker Census 2021. So this was the one I showed earlier. This is the trash can meme. I call these trash can memes. Can we all start calling them trash can memes? No. I think it's the right thing to call them, because I've seen too many that are pick 2, so many that are pick 3, right? I see them and they all have no guts. None of them have any guts at all. Which is why I composed one that actually like hurt me physically to think about. I must abstain from answering this one. I have wormed, weaseled, and wheedled my way into a profession wherein I never have to just choose 2, Jerry. I get all of these games. They're my friends. They're my roommates. Me likey a lot. I don't have to choose, but you did. And valiantly, y'all chose Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. The 7-10 split I did not expect. However, you know what? No matter what the outcome would have been here, I don't think I would have expected any outcome, which is an interesting thing that a statistics professor of mine once said something remarkable about unexpected outcomes. It's until you just put it to the numbers, you never know what you didn't expect. You never know that you didn't expect anything. Puts us in a tricky area as designers and purveyors of experience and existence. Let's continue to the next one. So these were the Enjodies, which were the enjoyed games of the year. I'm looking at this list, and you know what? I played all of these games. Now, we actually did a podcast. I'm on a podcast every once in a while, by which I mean once a week, the Insert Credit Podcast, where we did our games of the year. We did that last week. It's a triple-decker 3-hour episode because there were a lot of video games released last year. We most decidedly did not like Metroid Dread, so I find it very interesting that the Action Button Goblin Bunker puts Metroid Dread at the top. Quite interesting to me personally, because I didn't really like it. It's just I can only play so many games where I'm changing my gun to open a door 90% of the way into the game. After I open one door with one gun, do I really have to just get out the other gun? I mean, that is the pettiest complaint I can come up with, but I think it's part of the soul of this thing. Played all these other games, except, I guess I didn't technically play Endwalker. I am burrowing deeper and deeper into Final Fantasy XIV by the day. If you'd like to hear me talk about Final Fantasy XIV way too much, I do it on that episode of the podcast. Brandon tells me that I shouldn't be allowed. I wanted to say Endwalker was number 1 in Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, winning Return of the King, winning all of the Academy Awards, beating Titanic. I wanted to say Endwalker as the number 1 there, and Brandon was like, "We can't do that. I'm sorry. The only one here I didn't play is It Takes Two, and there's a reason for that. I didn't play It Takes Two because I'm waiting for Mimsy to become a video game pro by beating The Last of Us or Thelis Stophis. And then I will play It Takes Two. And at that point, maybe it'll take 3, if you know what I mean. Or maybe Mimsy will be so good it'll only take 1.5. Let's see the next one. So this is there was a playlist. The playlist is this big old list of games. You can see it right there. We're gonna get to that list in a minute. So these were games that were disqualified for various reasons. Truck Heck. Stranger of Paradise got, 50 votes? So the Goblin Bunker playlist is just, the question is basically, what games do you think best represent the Goblin Bunker? Action Button Discord, discord.gg/actionbutton.com/actionbutton.twitch.tv/actionbutton is where you find that one. youtube.com/actionbutton/twitter.com/actionbutton. Something just blew up in the street. Did you all hear that?
Yeah.
It just sounds like there's explosions in the street all the time in New York City. This place is terrifying. So I find it very amusing that Stranger of Paradise got 50 votes. I actually have something sort of. Can I have the PlayStation controller real quick?
Yeah.
Can I have it, Jerry? I actually find it a little interesting because there's. I was looking at Stranger of Paradise here on the PlayStation Store like just before. Where'd it go? Was it in Elden Ring? I don't know where it was. It was in Stranger of Paradise Zone. I don't know, where was it? It was being advertised. It was being like shoved right in my face. Maybe Dark Souls 3 will take me to Stranger of Paradise. Deathloop, Dying Light, Watch Dogs Legion. Crikey! I'm navigating like all the way across the room looking over at my... Was it in Cyberpunko? Cyberpump? You notice these related games, Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Tales of Arise, 3 games that are so decidedly my aesthetic. Kind of drives me bonkers to look at it. I love that Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Perhaps I pretended that it wasn't one of my favorite games. But I went completely foaming at the mouth like a dog for that one. Where the heck is it, dude? They were like practically rubbing my nose in Stranger of Paradise earlier. They would not leave me alone about it. Is it a trending game? This is it? You have 6 games that are trending? I'm so sad about this because I wanted to illustrate a point. Oh my god, I cannot see the cursor. Do you see what I'm doing, Mimsy? Can you get the I'll get it.
What do you do?
Oh, there it is. I just need the TV remote. Where is it? Do you know where it is? Is it by the TV? Wait, what? Oh, is this the demo? Holy Lord! How do I get to the page for the game? I wish I was dead. Why is this happening? Is this games I own? Sorry, I can't. It's all the way on the. You can sit back down, Mimsy. Thank you. I mean, Frank you, Bum Bum. Oh God, that's so much easier to see. Lord, wait, I wasn't in the PlayStation Store. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna literally die. What order are these in? Sort by best-selling. This is really, really just kind of killing my vibe, dude. Shouldn't my pre-sales be on here? Oh, look at all this trash. All of this cruft. Wheel of Fortune. I'm very shocked that it wasn't just at the top of the PlayStation Store where it was today. I guess they got really offended that I didn't pre-buy it. That I went all the way into the menu and then didn't buy it. The game decided to... Because I got all the way in there and I was just like... I'm not going to buy this game yet. I'm not going to buy it until they really, really... Oh, is this the new Chris Bell game? That's a joke. Oh, Chris Bell. If you need a dude. Okay, wait, what? Oh, I'm like completely freaking out now. Where would it be? New games? Okay, it's not new because it's not out yet. Pre-orders. It's got to be in here. It's got to be, right? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Here it is. Okay, so here's the thing. Do you see down there? Friends who pre-ordered. 30. 30 of my PSN friends. First of all, who are my PSN friends? I have no idea who my PSN friends are. Though 30 of you have pre-ordered Stranger of Paradise. Do you see this? That rules. I think this game has memed itself into extreme relevance, which I love. However, it was quite virtuosically disqualified from the ranking here. Video Ball was disqualified and Truckheck were disqualified. Even if Oni Spumoni himself hadn't done this, I would have made sure. I would have made it right. I would have made sure it got disqualified because you all don't. I don't want anybody being excited about Truckheck until I say so. Right? Right, Jerry?
Yes.
Go for it. I'm almost done with this. We're almost done. Anyway, let's go back and we're going to say look at the genres. So JRPGs, there are 20. Action Adventure, 8. Platformers, 5. There's 50 games on this list. So what are the other 17? Crikey if I don't know. God, I love this Coke. So let's take a look at the actual list. I had to break this up. Oni Spumoni, you will see that I had to do this crude scroll. Do you like it? It's pretty good, huh? This is why you get an 8K image. So we got Dragon Quest XI, S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition. Such a long title. And the Final Fantasy VII, Doom, God Hand, Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride, Disco Elysium, The Final Cut, Earthbound, Yakuza 0, A Realm Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn, interesting. So we're just saying start there. And Dark Souls. I feel like that's actually pretty good of a top 10 for a video game community to have. Death Stranding, Super Mario Bros. 3, Metal Gear Solid 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cyberpunk 2077, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Persona 5 Royale, Mother 3, Metal Gear Solid, Celeste, Nier, Moon Remix RPG Adventure, and Last of Us. Rounding out the top 25. I don't disagree with any of that either. This is looking like a pretty good list. Personally, I'd probably put Super Mario Bros. 3 up higher. I'll see what I can do about that in a couple of years. And for the rest of the top 50, we've got Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, made by Moby Dick Studios. Katamari Damacy, made by Keita Takahashi. There was a good tweet this week where Keita Takahashi, sole creator of Katamari Damacy, where he said, I just got to play Keita Takahashi's new video game. I thought that was really funny. Bloodborne, yeah, Bloodborne's got to be. We need a new Bloodborne. Remake Bloodborne already. Everybody's been crying about it since the day Bloodborne came out. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Undertale, the New York Times crossword puzzle. Interesting. It's better than Wordle. Wordle I think is a couple weeks from disappearing. Guilty Gear Strive, excellent game. I've had a good time with that so far. Pac-Man, Dragon Quest III, Seeds of Salvation. I really had to squint at this earlier because I didn't know. I honestly did not know the English subtitle of Dragon Quest III until today. I mean, I'm sure I'd encountered it, but I never really thought that was like the actual name. Thought it was like, some fake name. Like the name of a fan fiction about the game. I didn't know that was the real name of the game. They could probably clean that up a little bit before they do that remake. Persona 3, interesting. Wait a minute. Hold on, Jerry Bones. Where'd at Persona 4, dude? Wow. So are people in the Goblin Bunker literally just trying... Oh wait, Persona 4 is two below it. People in the Goblin Bunker are saying that Persona 3 is better than Persona 4. That's the kind of opinion going on around here. Kind of tells me that everybody needs to learn a little bit about Persona 2. And maybe they will someday. I feel like... you know what I feel like? I feel like Atlas, any day now they're going to announce a remake of Persona 1 and 2. I just feel like it's any day now, because they've been tweeting trailers recently. I feel like it's going to happen, dude. And don't blame me when it does. Don't blame me when your goddarn head blows up. Super Mario 64, Persona 4 Golden, Evergrace, which I think people like just because of the soundtrack. I've played the game. Shout me out in the chat if you have actually played the game Evergrace. I mean, it's okay, whatever. It's pretty good actually. Xenogears, Gears of War 2, Xenogears of War would be a heck of a game. Nier Automata, Xenoblade Chronicles, Demon Souls. I think the Xenoblade Chronicles is on there. Who is excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 3? I kind of want to tear my way through the whole series again-ish. I never beat either one of those games. Just too much stuff. I had to make videos about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and then, I was on to the next game after that. Part of the reason I insinuated myself into this job is so that I can actually finish the games instead of play for 20 hours, spend 150 hours making a video, and then pass out, wake up, and have another game. Demon Souls, beautiful game. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Hades, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Another World Out of This World, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and Bullet Witch. Bullet Witch is the bullet best. And I feel like that's just about all that we have time for on this segment. Everybody shout out Oni Spumoni in the chat if you appreciate this infographic. Check out discord.gg/action button for more. And for if you didn't vote for this, I feel like you, did I not zoom in on this other part down here? Oh, I don't have a zoom in on that other part. The ups and downs. Games that moved different places. Super Mario Brothers 3 went down. You can see all of that down there. I unfortunately did not do a zoom for it. I could have. I should have and I would have. It's just, I kind of hacked this thing together. You know what was driving me nuts before this stream? Was, Elgato products. My Elgato Game Capture 4K Pro and my Elgato Cam Link that I use for there's a Cam Link for the camera, the 4K Pro for the game console. Something to be said about a man's profession where his primary tools of said profession can be purchased in a back corner at every Target in the American Midwest as a lavish present, usually for a nephew or a niece, not for a son or a daughter. Talking about Elgato products. Elgato, if you'd like to sponsor me, go ahead and send me an email and then I won't reply, and then a couple days later, send me another email just to remind me, say, just making sure you saw this. And then I'll reply, and I'll say, oh, I've been refining my no, so give me a couple more days. Give me a couple more days for that, and, you know, we'll, I'll get back to you. I bought the Elgato foot pedal, which I plan to use at some point soon, you know, to step on to try to do something during streams. And I love the Stream Deck because it's just I'm just about falling off my bonker rocker. The actual flagship devices for which the company you know, got their name up in lights in the first place. You know, the thing that captures footage of video games, that lets people make YouTube videos about video games. Because I have to restart my computer 6 times. I couldn't get this PlayStation on until I'd restarted my computer like 16, 17 goddarn times. I didn't know what. I unplug in an HDMI cable, wait 10 seconds, unplug both. Driving me bonko. But now I do believe it is actually time for Mimsy the Punk to strike again. And today, are you ready, Mimsy?
I'm ready.
I think Mimsy appreciated the extended introduction because what were you doing, looking at your phone?
Yeah.
You weren't paying attention to my...
I looked at the infographics. They look good.
Oh yeah, pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
I like infographics like that. Everybody, check out the Goblin Bunker. Or don't, because I'm not your dad or your mom. Mimsy the Punk today is playing Gran Turismo 7, courtesy of Sony Computer Entertainment. They sent it over to us.
They should have made it 6969.
Yabba dabba 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 yabba yabba dab dab dabba dab. Nice. Yabba dab 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 dab.
Don't do that voice.
Wait, what?
Do the Sylvester voice.
I was doing the Sylvester voice, and I was trying to find my Gaviscon earlier, and I was like, "Oh, somebody stole my Gaviscon," is what I was saying, because I couldn't find my Gaviscon, and I was talking smack posthumously. He's not dead, but it still feels like posthumously of my little brother, who when childhooding as he was in the olden days. He used to, if he couldn't find something immediately, would immediately resort to accusing the entire world of theft. Who stole my shoe? You know, or whatever. As though there was people out there licking their lips to purloin and pinch and pilfer from him every single trinket imaginable. Oh, the Circuit du Santa Croix is in this one. What do we got in so Gran Turismo 7, if you're not excited for Gran Turismo 7, get out the chat and go find I don't know, a broom closet to go talk yourself down from not liking Gran Turismo. I don't know what it is. Just find a broom closet to isolate yourself in and have a good long conversation, like an employee, like conference, like be your own manager, and say, why aren't you excited about it, bro? Because it's a new Gran Turismo. I really love this map. Doesn't that look so good? It's all 3D. Look at those curves. You like that?
Ooh.
So are we going to have a good time? So basically, Mimsy is trying to raise some money for something. We're not going to say what it is.
Yeah, nobody can ever know.
Oh, like how many of you out there would subscribe to this channel? So first of all, Mimsy, if you want money from people's subscriptions, we have to offer them something like custom emojis they can use on other channels.
Do that.
Yeah, so make some emojis.
What?
I've already look. So here's the thing. I've already told you about this bum. But there are popular emojis on Twitch that you can just look up like what they are, and then you just make your replacement for them. Like there's.
Why don't you make a poll?
Like there's one of a guy doing this. Like that. You just do one of those.
Just make a poll, and I'll do the top 5.
There's one of a guy doing this.
Someone's gonna make an emoji of that.
They already did. Mimsy. So basically, and then that. So how many of you would subscribe to this channel to get custom emojis, and to also watch Mimsy pass all of the Gran Turismo driver's license tests? Teaching Mimsy. Mimsy does not know how to drive. She was born and raised in New York, Manhattan. Doesn't know how to drive. Wouldn't it be fun to watch Mimsy learn how to drive in Gran Turismo?
So it's like I'll just be playing this game.
It is a hardcore simulation.
I'll get like a real car and then drive it.
Yeah, we would then get a GoPro and we would stream you learning to drive a real car. I do have, can't stress this enough, I do have all the equipment necessary to stream while driving a real car. Just letting you all know that.
What sort of car would I drive?
Toyota Yaris. I think I try to get a little one. Or we could drive my mom's Kia Soul, probably. We could go specifically to Indiana and stream driving a Kia Soul.
Watch me total her car.
Oh, you wouldn't total it. We'd be in the mall parking lot. You know what that mall doesn't that mall really just kind of looks like it's from The Last of Us? Do you see that this Digital Deluxe Gran Turismo 7 comes with a special Toyota Yaris? 30 PSN avatars. I can take or leave those. PS4 and PS5. Look how it splits Gran Turismo 7 and PS4 and PS5 entitlement into 2 bullet points. Do you see that? Is there some sort of like jitter, some sort of scotoma effect going on our TV? Do you see that?
Oh, I see it. Like
it's
the gray.
It's a loose HDMI cable.
I see it.
I'll give it a solid push. Like it splits Gran Turismo 7 and PS4 and PS5 into 2 different bullet points, but for the standard edition, they're just 1 bullet point.
Wait, do you see? There's like a health/ratings. Why is there like a health?
Oh, they're legally required to do all of this stuff for every game. Anyway, you know what? I'm a huge baby. I'm a disgusting baby. 2 weeks from now, Gran Turismo 7 comes out. I will be purchasing the $89.99 digital deluxe edition. So, Sony Computer and Entertainment PR, if you're watching, you got to send me the code right now, or within a couple of days, it's going to be too late. You know why? Because if you pre-order, you get 100,000 extra credits, and I now know exactly how much video game I play per period of time. So, I know I don't want to sit around and save up 1.6 million credits. I want to just buy all the cars that I want. Also, with the pre-order, you get the Porsche 917, you get this Toyota Supra, the Castrol Toms Supra, and the Mazda RX Vision GT3. I would enjoy that Mazda. I'm gonna have fun with all of those cars. You may have noticed me enjoying the Forza Horizon games over the past couple of years. That is because we lived during a period of drought during which there was no Gran Turismo. If they put this on PC, which I don't think is impossible. I don't think it's impossible for them to put it on PC at some point. That would be really nice. Though I will enjoy it on PlayStation 5 because I've seen a couple of games on PlayStation 5 that look real good. And I think I'll have a good time. Especially with the DualSense. Force feedback on the triggers. I don't have a wheel set up because I don't live in Wisconsin or wherever you'd have to live to have a basement with a driving cockpit set up.